All right. So after talking about the Breitling, let's go back to Rolex. I want to talk about all these watches since they fascinate me the most. These are probably your biggest and your most expensive pieces. Out of these four Rolexes,
They're my investments.
yeah, your investments. But aside from the one that you bought from your father, what is the first one that you purchased?
It was this one. It was the Smurf Submariner 116619.
And what year was it that you purchased this watch in?
I bought this watch in 2017.
Right.
This watch is.
Let me get the rag.
This watch is in production. It actually appeared in 2008.
Yes.
First time ever, Rolex Submariner in a white gold metal.
Yes, it's quite heavy.
They used to do it only in yellow gold before.
Yes.
I mean, and then in 2008, they decided to release a maxi dial. That was first time in the Submariner, a maxi dial with a maxi case in a white gold with a colorful Serrachrome bezel. And it had a lot of firsts in this watch. And the famous glide lock of adjustment is first appear in this watch as well. So the maxi case in general, it first appeared in 2004 in the GMT lineup. But in this watch, in the sub, it appeared about 4 years later. And actually addition of another 2 years later in 2010 in the steel versions. But 2008 modern Submariner, this is what you would get.
And how much did this cost at the time?
Prices was changing all the time. On the time that I bought it in 2017, it was already on the price of 3.8 million yen.
That's about 35,000 USD. And how much is this worth today? If I know you're not going to sell it, but if you sold this on the gray market, how much would this be worth?
Today, the price is dingling the 8 million.
That's a lot. So that's about 75,000 USD.
And
so pretty much double the price.
Yeah,
almost.
and the price, I know people that watching this video say, oh, but the prices is tanking. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. The prices went down now in the general, in the market about 5%, and it will go up again because this is the way it is. I can predict, and you will keep this record for longer to see, that in the next 5 years, this watch will be on the range of 120 to 150K.
I can believe that. I have a good question for you. Now, this is a question that I asked you in private the first time that I came to this restaurant with Tim Remington, not 2 weeks ago, but the first time. And I asked you, how did you get a relationship started with your Rolex AD? Can you tell us about that? Because I'm sure people would like to know. I'm trying to establish a relationship now with an AD at a particular station in Tokyo.
Well, I mean, I don't know how even possible. I guess I mean everything is possible. I believe in the world, but I probably can say that the timing was always yesterday better than today and better than tomorrow. Because that time I just going to say like this, in 2017, yes, it was almost impossible to get the steel versions, and that time they had every single model of watch in precious metal and also in
still available in the store.
Still available in the store. And the idea was that if you have enough money, because they want to sell that pieces.
Yes.
If you have enough money to go and buy, they will respect you enough to say, wow, I mean, he brought a gold piece. So, yeah, man, whatever you want. I mean, just tell us what you want. Then they will take care of you and then expect you to buy maybe another gold piece later to again maybe give you another silver. Today is no more that case because even the gold precious is
not even available inside the stores.
So I don't know how if it's even possible because even the relationship that I have, in theory, is stopped about a year and a half ago. From the last piece that I got, that I think was the Kermit.
Right. So we're gonna
because I did order, or I did request a piece that I don't even know if I even ever going to get. So it doesn't mean like, hey, listen to me. I had a relationship. I go to help you guys how to establish a relationship like I did.
It's still nice to hear your story.
Because even I don't have a relationship.
Right.
Maybe.
So we're done with this one. What is the one that you picked up after this? This was 2017.
Yes.
And what was the next time that you bought a Rolex?
The next time that I bought a Rolex, I was waiting for a while. This one actually came out in, I think 2018 or 2019, the Meteorite Dial. I'm not 100% sure.
And this bracelet, by the way, this is not white gold. This is platinum.
It's white gold.
Oh, it is white gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them are white gold.
Okay. With the meteorite.
Yes.
And didn't I hear a story the last time that I was having dinner here? This is something that I also passively heard. Didn't one of you guys say that they're no longer selling this meteorite? Like it's whatever was sold, but now it's out of stock.
You guys should also watch Marcelo's time about the videos I said about meteorites. But
yes,
I'm going to explain some of the things about that. First of all, this edition of Meteorite Dial is a stone that comes from Arabia in Africa. This is a Gibeon meteorite stone that is spread in that region, and there is probably quite a good number of that stones. It's not like that super rare.
Yes,
but it became lately it became a national treasure.
Yes.
So they decide to stop
exploiting it. Yes.
And now it whoever have is what they have, and it became super rare.
So obviously this is now has become a limited model, and
look,
no more of this will be made.
Yeah, look, in Rolex in general, when Rolex make even Opie's kind of a stone, they have also a kind of a blue. I forgot the name of that stone. That is also not rare. I forgot the name of that stone.
Don't worry about it. But anyways, this GMT-Master II, my mind has been blown by this thing, and I already forgot. What year did you say you bought this?
I bought this in 2020, end of 2020.
End of 2020. And how much was this valued at the time that you purchased it?
When I first of all, I pay retail that time. By the way, you need to soon. I'm going to explain something about retails. Also change prices.
Yes.
So that time I pay for this retail was 4.2 million yen.
Right.
Today the retail is 4.7.
Right, because they went up 5% in price.
Yeah.
At the beginning of this year.
And that time you could get this watch in a gray market price for around 6 million yen.
Yes. So 6 million is roughly 55,000. 4 million is like $35,000. But
yeah.
Wow. And now on the gray market in
Well,
2022. I know it fluctuates. But
yeah, so the price is starting to go up from, and it's actually funny, a video that I did almost 6 months ago.
Yes.
Over 6 months ago. Yeah, almost a year ago actually. That I said that the watch was around $80,000 and the price will, or I think I said it was $100K. Even so that the price was only 80 because I smelled that the price going to go up. What happened was it didn't become 100K, actually jumped to 200K.
Wow.
And now we he actually dropped down to I think 150, 130, something like that. And again, guys, listen to me. The next 5 years for this watch, you guys are watching now on a watch that is about $500,000 5 years from now.
Thank you.
$500,000 in your hand. Nice, huh? Okay.
Let's take a look at the next piece, the next Rolex that you got. This was 2020.
This is 2020. And this one.
And this is still retail. You're buying all of these retail.
It's still retail. This came actually quite fast. Maybe because of China lockdown or whatever. Maybe if I'm going to be lucky, I mean, maybe I might get the watch I desire because of some lockdown.
And we'll talk about the watch that you desire later. So don't mention it now.
And another thing that I wanted to say is also that you guys should not be panicked now regarding the prices that going down. Is also because China is locked down. I mean, China, they're going to buy watches like crazy, and the price is going to skyrocket. So just take this into consideration also.
Okay. What are we looking at here?
Tell
us the story about this watch. Why did you get this one in particular?
Well, I'm going to say something that a lot of you guys probably... and again, it's a matter of taste. I loved the Smurf. Not only because it was white gold. I really like that combination of white metal with blue dial and blue
the bezel. Yes.
Yeah. I didn't like the Hawk, how we say, the green dial with the green bezel.
Yes.
It looked to me kind of a candy way. It wasn't like,
okay, it had a candy appearance, but this
now
spoke to you a lot more.
Spoke to me way more, and it had this.
Why go for another Submariner if you already had one? Why go for a second one?
Very simple, because you didn't even realize the difference between them. There is a huge difference.
Yes. Well, there's definitely a huge difference in weight.
No, also not only the color. Of course, we could talk about the difference in the color. Not only that, the whole case, everything is different.
Okay.
This is the reason I went to this one is first of all, it was very appealing to have. It was a lot of things here very interesting. It was the first time that Rolex. That was. The reason to buy this was the first Rolex ever to made, like I mentioned before, the white gold, the maxi case, and blah, 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 right?
Yes.
This one, first time ever for Rolex to change the status quo of the size of 40 to 41 millimeter in a Submariner. So that was the boom there. Again, very revolution in that. Again, green Cerachrome ceramic in a black face. People talk about this black-green combination, and the first time Rolex actually did it. It used to be in the Kermit before, but make it in ceramic is much more attractive in a new case.
Right.
It was a lot of things there. Another thing is, my nose is too big, having only precious metal. I wanted something in steel.
Yes.
So it came up to be a very, not exactly downgrade, but a very nice back to earth Rolex to own.
So at the time that you got this watch, is this something that you requested? You asked them, do they have it?
Yes.
Okay. And they happened to find it for you fairly quickly. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good story. At least I know that Rolex helps one person out in this world. All right.
And I can continue further. I mean, this have a power reserve of 70 hours.
As opposed to how much is in
50
here?
hours.
Okay.
So the movement is new. It is a new movement inside.
Right. So this is the latest and greatest of their technology.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to have it. I have to have it for that reason.
Very nice.
Yeah. By the way, this also have a 70 hours power reserve comparing to the only only the Smurf have the old movement.
Now this isn't a Rolex at all. What is this? This is a.
I wanted to call it a fake Rolex.
That's not fake. Don't.
No, this is well. This is a Marine Nationale Tudor from 1958, basically.
Yes.
I mean...
the reissue, obviously.
Reissue of it, yeah. Is 59 millimeter Submariner, basically. I mean, this is what the Submariner used to be back in the 50s.
Yes.
It wasn't a 40 millimeter watch.
It wasn't.
So, so it's very much everything that. Okay, this watch costs $4,000.
Yes. Now, did you buy this one retail?
No.
Okay.
I don't have a relationship with Tudor, unfortunately.
Yes.
But this watch in Submariner will be probably $100K.
That's right.
So. Is a very, 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 very cheap way to go into a vintage Submariner without selling a part of your body just
now,
to get it.
I must ask, this is a beautiful color combination, the blue on blue with the steel. But why did you go with this color combination instead of the black and with the little red triangle up there?
Because the black. It is actually black with it is a rose gold, more like it give you a lot of this patina of an old. It's beautiful, by the way. You asked me why instead. I actually wanted to buy both.
Yes.
I'm still thinking about getting that one. It's not even as excuse. I love this. I hate that. I'm still in the target. Just the money now became short, and I focus the money in specific things. But if money is more flexible, I definitely going to get that one.
And I got another question for you.
But
go
when
ahead.
I needed to choose between one as the first one, what should I pick? The reason I picked this one have a couple of meanings, because call it coincidence. But in 2020, when this Smurf was discontinued from the catalog, they released this version of Tudor. That's why they referred that to the baby Smurf.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say I'm a very family person.
Yes.
Even so that I don't have kids, but I just wanted to reunite the family. I wanted to say, hey, here is your son.
Yes, they do look good together.
Yeah. And I thought, father and son.
Nice.
It would look nice. I really needed the father and son. It's like, because I did see a lot of people that actually did videos of this watch. And they say, I was waiting for Rolex to release a Smurf in steel, and I never did. I always liked the Smurf, but I never could afford that. That's why I bought the Tudor. So the Tudor came up to be almost like I couldn't afford the real thing.
Yes.
And that was the closest to the real thing I had. And I had the real, like you said, you had the real. Why you bought this?
Yes.
Because of that thing.
Just to reunite them.
Just to reunite them and to say, hey, I afford the Smurf.
Yes.
And I also, of course, add the Tudor. So because you also come in a case that don't come with the excuse that you couldn't afford. Okay, or maybe you couldn't. But if you buy a Smurf, doesn't mean that this is unnecessary, because it's beautiful by itself.
Right.
It's so different even when you combine them together. So I don't for example, I own the Smurf, put it in the box, I don't need it. No,
yes.
I actually love this watch very much.
And you wear it often?
I wear it very often.
Okay,
yes.
let me check the case size on this.
The reason I wear a bit more the Smurf comparing to this is for a very simple reason. This is more gentle.
Yes.
You have aluminum bezel comparing to a ferrochrome bezel.
38.5 millimeters?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good size. A nice manageable size.
They have, I love this watch, but they have two things that make this watch a little bit more sensitive.
Yes.
First of all, I'm working with my Smurf, and as you saw, I'm not afraid so much to scratch it, because the gold scratch very much comparing to steel, and this is a good thing, because you patina the watch faster. But the face, the things that you don't want to scratch, I would say the bezel,
yes,
and
the crystal,
So here the crystal is above the bezel, that it does protect in a way, but if you manage to scratch the bezel is done, is aluminum.
Yes.
Here is ferrochrome, so the bezel still is scratch resistant. So that's why you try to be more careful with this watch. This is number one. Number two, is very comfortable, but the problem is when I close it, it's salah. You see, perfect, and perfect is not that good. Like, it's really perfect right now, perfect. And you do want option of a glide lock or something, yes, that is perfect now. Let's talk winter. It's not, yes, perfect. So a little bit problematic. That I know that the new version, right, that they did, I think the bronze one, they actually did create a glide lock. So it is possible, but they didn't did this watch, and it's a little bit a shame. Thinking about that, I am thinking about buying the Tudor strap.
Yes.
That you can adjust, and is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thinking about doing that. It's amazing. It's actually almost like a strap monster. You can put almost any strap in this watch, and it will look beautiful. And one more thing, that another YouTuber I don't remember even what YouTuber used to be, that he said that the color of the steel from that black one and this one are different. This one a more light steel color. Almost when you compare them, you almost look like a blue steel, if it makes sense.
Yes.
You realize,
yes,
a little bit have this.
And the black one is
flare.
like a gray steel.
Yeah, it's more. Yes. It's darker. More gray. Yeah, it's more darker. So when some YouTubers actually put both of them
side by side,
it looks absolutely amazing how different they look. So one more reason for me to get the black one that I'm really, really looking forward.
Thank you for sharing this. We're out of the Rolex territory now. We're going to move on to some other watches.
Yeah.